dissertation on early American situational comedy on television. I left the university a few years ago in order to chronicle the adventures of the brilliant consulting detective, Mortimer Jones. After our first case together, I knew my life would be forever changed. Our latest case, which I have titled The Case of the Absent Uncle, was quite a puzzler. It began when we received a call from one Jack Cleaver, no relation to the Beaver. The case concerned not Mr. Cleaver himself, but his lady friend Rebecca Sunnyside. Well, her uncle, actually. It all began on a dark and stormy night in November. It was the evening of Sammy Sunnyside's 80th birthday. Rebecca had planned a surprise party for her uncle. She invited all the family members and close friends, but Uncle Sammy was overdue.
Uncle's forgotten his key again. Elvira, get the door!
Can't you all do nothing around here? Y'all act like you ain't got no good legs of your own.
Oh, I do hope I have the right address. It's so hard.
Surprise!
Oh my, I certainly wasn't expecting this. Oh, that old Sammy Bear surprising me. Where is he, that old sweet thing?
I'm sorry, Miss. Uncle Sammy, Mr. Sunnyside, isn't here right now. In fact, we thought you were him.
Yes, we've been crouched down behind this furniture for nearly 2 hours.
Well, that's 8. I'm not staying behind that chair for 1 more minute. Rebecca, I thought you said he'd be here by 5.
It's 6:45 now. Where could he be?
I don't know. He's usually so prompt.
You must have had a powerful lot of business to attend to with that attorney of his.
Some calls, Miss Verlander? I hope you know, Rebecca, that Oswald and I turned down an invitation to the Hennington Smites this weekend just to be here. By the way, who are you?
I'm Lila. Don't tell me old Sammy Bear hasn't told you. I guess he wanted it to be a surprise. I'm Sammy's fiancée.
Preposterous.
Absurd.
This is a surprise. What are you doing here? Do you know where Uncle Sammy is?
I expected he'd be here. He said it was his 80th birthday, and he was going to celebrate the occasion by giving the most deserving person his famous joke chest. I've heard it's worth millions.
Don't go getting any ideas, Miss Gold Digger.
LaRusso.
Uncle Sammy wouldn't give that chest to anyone who wasn't a blood Sunnyside.
Please, let's not get into an argument about Uncle Sammy's possessions. That chest is his, and he can do whatever he wants with it. What matters now is where is Uncle Sammy?
Uncle Sammy? He's off doing who knows what while his loved ones are stuck out here in the country at this dreary old estate, hiding behind this dusty old furniture. I've got a leg cramp.
Well, I've got to run in my stockings. Someone's going to buy me a new pair.
Listen, everyone, this isn't Rebecca's fault. She's just as concerned as you are.
Oh? What do you know about it? You're not even family, just Rebecca's silly roommate.
Well, I think we should call the police. Rebecca's right. This is not like Sammy at all. I should know. I've been his agent for 30 years. You know, with all these rumors about the joke chest, I'm afraid there could have been some foul play. I'm so sorry, girls. I know I promised to introduce you to Sammy Sunnyside.
Oh, don't worry about us, Maxine.
Mr. Sunnyside's safety is all that matters to us now.
Heavens, yes, we must find it after all. There's nothing better for our up-and-coming singing group than an endorsement from Mr. Showbiz, Sammy Sunnyside.
And of course, Mr. Sunnyside's well-being is more important than the Sylvester sisters' singing career.
It is? Of course it is.
What is this joke box anyway?
It's Uncle Sammy's legacy. As you know, he was a world-famous stand-up comedian for 60 years. And during that time, he kept every joke written by him and orphaned on chest. It's worth a fortune.
Whoever he leaves that chest to can sell it for. Well, let's just say whoever gets his hands on it will never have to work again.
Brother dear, you've never worked in the first place. Anyway, Uncle Sammy wouldn't leave it to you.
How do you do that, Rowena? It just so happens that I am the only living male relative. And
help. Hello? Is this the London Town Police Department? I wanted to call Jack Cleaver. He mentioned something about a private detective. No, it was a consulting detective. He just read about my chronicle.
Yes, I recall. That news reporter, Justine Carlson, just did a series on it.
But what was his name? I can't remember. Let's call Jack. He'll know.
I'm sure Jack will be thrilled to get a call from you. He's really been coming on to you lately.
Oh, Madeline, you exaggerate. Let's go next door to Dr. Mealtails. He'll let us use his phone.
It's a policeman's house. Let's go.
So Rebecca put in an urgent call to Jack, who in turn put in an urgent call to Jones, who in turn said to me,
Harkness, let's be off. Mortimer Jones is on the job.
so we beat it out to the Sunnyside estate.
Oh, Ben, thanks so much for coming back with us. Everyone is just so upset. It's comforting to have a doctor around.
For Pete's sake, he's an animal doctor. A lot of good if you any of us.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, he's already done us a great deal.
Yeah, getting Rowena to take a nap. What did that tell you, Gamer Ben?
Poor tranquilizer. She'll be asleep for a while.
I thought there was something more pleasant about this place. By the way, Maxine, where are the Sylvester sisters? Upstairs rehearsing. They want to be ready in case Sammy shows up.
I'm coming. Don't get your socks in a twist.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are Inspectors Brush and Flock from the London Town Police.
Good grief, what are you doing? Hygiene police?
Very funny. I suppose you think we've never heard that one before.
For your information, we're parking meter attendants.
At least we were until this morning. We were promoted.
We're now full-fledged inspectors.
Now, down to business. Is this 77 Sunnyside Strip?
Sure is.
And is there a magazine freeloader on the premises?
That's Maxine Freelander.
Okay. Apparently you called the station earlier to report that your unicycle is missing.
No, I did not call to report my unicycle is missing.
So it's been found.
No, I have a unicycle.
So it's been stolen.
No, my unicycle has not been stolen.
Geez, lady, make up your mind. Either the unicycle has been stolen or it hasn't.
I don't have a unicycle. I've never had a unicycle.
So you've been filing false reports, eh?
You didn't write you in for that.
Just a minute.
It's not unicycle, it's uncle.
Oh, so you're uncle.
No, not my uncle.
I'm beginning to lose my patience, lady.
It's Rebecca, Rowena, and Oswald's uncle. I told you about Sammy Sunnyside. You've probably heard of him, the famous stand-up comedian.
Oh, sure, I've heard of him. It's all very clear now. Sammy Sunnyside's unicycle was stolen.
Out of my way. Let me do my job.
How do you do, ma'am? I'm Mortimer Jones, consulting detective.
Mr. Jones at last, and Rebecca Sunnyside.
This is my colleague, Dr. Henrietta Harkness.
Miss Sunnyside.
Man or animal?
I beg your pardon?
Television, actually. Isn't that right, Harkness?
Oh, you're a TV repairman. Maybe you can take a look at my tube. It's been acting up lately.
You need a medical degree to fix a TV set.
Have you ever looked inside a TV set? It's a lot more complicated than human anatomy. I kid you not.
I'm sorry, miss. I'm afraid you're out of luck. I'm an English professor. I did my doctoral dissertation on situational comedy on television. You know, Lucy and Desi? The beaver? Ozzy and Harriet? By the way, this place reminds me of the Munsters Mansion. Are you guys fans?
Elmira, take their coats.
Sure, I ain't got nothing better to do than lug wet overcoats around.
Please, madam, apprise me of the situation.
Yeah, appraise us while you're at it.
Well, today's Uncle Sammy's 80th birthday. I threw him this party, but he never showed up.
How do you know he just hasn't gone out of town for the weekend.
Because he would have told me. Sammy never makes a move without talking to me first.
And you are?
Maxine Freelander, Sammy's agent for the past 30 years. Before that, my papa was his agent. She's right. Uncle Sammy never does a thing without consulting Maxine. A monumental waste of money, if you ask me. I don't remember asking you.
Madam, please. And who are you, sir?
Oswald Sunnyside, Sammy's nephew and heir to the Sunnyside joke chest.
I've heard it hasn't been seen for over a decade, but it's reputed to be somewhere on this estate.
Now, just a minute there. Okay, Prince Charming. I happen to know Sammy was giving me that joke chest. That's why I called me here tonight, to make it clear to all of you.
I take it you are romantically involved with Mr. Sammy Sunnyside.
Yeah? How did you know that?
Just a lucky guess.
I'm Lila Russo. I have a feeling you and I are going to get along just fine.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm Dr. Henrietta Harkness, at your service.
Perhaps it would be helpful if we completed the introductions.
I'm Dr. Benjamin Mealtail, veterinarian and next-door neighbor.
And I'm Madeline Moros, Rebecca's roommate. I'm Marie Bitlow, Miss Brown's secretary.
Are there any others on the estate?
There's Oswald's sister Rowena, and the Sylvester sisters, Maxine's newly discovered vocal sensation. They're all upstairs. And then, of course, there's Elmira,
That's me.
and Melvin the gardener.
Splendid. First, we need to determine exactly who was the last person to have seen Mr. Sunnyside.
That would be me and Melvin. We saw him off this morning when he went to go see his attorney.
Has any attempt been made to contact his attorney?
Yes, right after I called Jack and asked him to call you, it occurred to me to call Mr. Hermsmeyer.
I told him the old geese, Mr. Sunnyside, went to go see that ambulance tracer this morning.
Mr. Hermsmeyer's housekeeper said he was out of town on business and wouldn't be back until Monday.
Did Mr. Sunnyside take any luggage with him? Shaving equipment, an overnight bag?
He had a briefcase with him, but that ain't so unusual when you're going to see your attorney.
I'm coming. Go get your damn grip up.
Ah, Mr. Jones, Dr. Harkness, you're here. I recognize you from your pictures in the Chronicle. Rebecca, are you all right? Oh, Madeline?
Who's this? Another contender for the elusive joke chest?
This is Jack Cleaver from the office. He was kind enough to summon Mr. Jones for us. But Jack, it wasn't necessary for you to come all the way out here on such a miserable night.
Well, I could have possibly stayed in town, wondering if you were all right.
Thank you for being so concerned.
It's touching, really, but I don't know where I'm going to put all of you tonight.
Elmira!
We don't wish to impose, Miss Sunnyside. If we can call a cab, Jones and I will find rooms in town.
Splendid idea, Harkness. We'll return first thing in the morning, and judging by what I've heard, I'll most probably solve the case of the missing uncle.
Judging by what you've heard,